Hello, this is Bruce Green at Green & Moorhead Engineering with BuilderHMI 2.3. In the last video, we did an introduction of the main screen and the basic functionality as a CNC front end. This video is going to cover configuring the application to your specific machine. So the PMAC CNC project that the product ships with is very simple. BuilderHMI projects are extremely simple. You will see in your main BuilderHMI folder with the exe, you're going to find a project subdirectory, and in there are going to be folders for each project. So BuilderHMI, or the PMAC CNC project, you can see it. We have some images, mainly for the login screen. We've got 3 XAML files. They are very simple markup that describe the location of the controls on the various screens. And then I'm going to be covering device members and machine.xml here in a moment. But mainly project.ini is the main one. So here's the main screen. We logged in as a technician where we have access to machine view. I introduced machine view in the last video as the hierarchy of data that is shared between the host PC and the PMAC. But here we're going to take a look at the project node in machine view. So the builderhmi.ini file, there's not a whole lot in here. It has a read-only projects item where you can define projects that you do not want to be modifiable within BuilderHMI. And these are the 2 example projects that ship with the software. I'll let you read the rest of this. It's just a few application level options. But then you can specify your company name and your title bar format, which is basically what information you want in the title bar. But then project.ini is where most of the action is. This is a project-specific configuration file, obviously the project description. But here are where the pages are defined that are going to appear in your project. And obviously, login, main, and editor. We've already taken a look at those. I'm going to be covering this guy, design mode only page, later when we talk about actually designing screens. But this line here is very important. There are 2 external assemblies that ship with BuilderHMI. One of them is for generic PMAC HMI, non-CNC. And then, of course, this one is for CNC. And it loads in all the things you see. It basically, it loads in all the machine view items there, loads in all the specialized controls for CNC. So that's very important. Then below that is the configuration specific to CNC. Everything above that was BuilderHMI stuff. You know, what pages are going to be available, etc. But now this is CNC specific configuration. So probably the one that's going to be immediately the most important for your machine. You get to specify how many axes and what the labels are going to be. The labels primarily are for main screen here. Here are your labels. You've got they appear in the manual mode, control, etc. So real important here. You might only have a XYZ machine. You might even only have an XY, like a a laser engraver or something like that. Equally important is what motor number goes with what axis, of course. Those motor numbers are going to be appearing here if you say that you use motors numbers 1, 2, and 3, then you're monitoring the status of those. And if, for example, one of them is open loop or fatal following error, something like that, you're going to get alarms. So very important stuff here. Obviously, the native length units in millimeters. So you could either have your PMAC project inch-centric or millimeters-centric, and that's basically this. And then your NC program could be, for example, in inches, and then a bunch of conversion is going to take place. So that's this is super important here. As we go down the line, we've got a bunch of various options. You can study those at your convenience. But here's some user interface specific options. You can hide various functionality. For example, you might not want to give a mid-start capability. You might not want to give a NC file queue, etc. You might want descriptions attached to every tool offset in the table, etc. A lot of good options there. The NC file section, most machines are going to have coordinate system 1 as their primary coordinate system for their CNC execution, of course, but that can be configured. The auto load folder is actually very interesting. It's for coordination. Let's say that you have an external application that is generating an NC file, posting an NC program. So you can specify a folder where if BuilderHMI is not running another program, if it's just sitting and waiting, when a NC program appears in that folder, then it'll be automatically loaded. So, for example, if you have a CAD program that posts an NC program to this folder, then it's going to automatically be loaded into BuilderHMI, which is a really neat feature. A bunch of minutia here, subprogram base addresses. That's going to be where your NC programs are loaded into the PMAC, etc. So the most important thing in the parser options is macro support. So the parser supports three different modes. One of them is no macros. The most common mode is simple pound define macros. You can pound define a token to be equal to something else like a p variable. But it also supports kind of FANUC style macro B parametric programming. So that is very, very powerful as well. So if you are doing macros, you can specify the base address of a big block of p variables that are going to be mapped to your macro variables, pound 1 through pound 999. Very powerful. So we're going to get into external assemblies later. That is basically you have the capability of creating a lot of powerful things in Visual Studio in C# and loading those DLLs into BuilderHMI at startup and instantiating objects and doing things. So that's very powerful for another video. Machine.xml is a easy way, and this bleeds into customization, not configuration. But basically, you see this all the data that's coordinated between the host PC and PMAC. Here we have one called myObject.myMember. It's an example. You can see it's P9000 updated at 250 milliseconds. So when you start getting into customization, where you want your own data to be visible on the main screen, or you want a button to be able to change a variable on the main screen, you're going to want to be able to add data to this machine view tree. And this is a really, really easy way to do it. There's an edit wizard, and that'll be again another video. Now, device members.xml is really important. So let's say you were customizing your PMAC project, the companion PMAC project, and you wanted to change some PMAC variables. You didn't want, for example, position of axis number 1 is P100 and is updated at 250 milliseconds. Let's say you wanted to remap any of these variables. So you don't need to get into the C# and customize anything in Visual Studio. All you need to do is change the mapping in this file, this device members.xml. So it is extremely powerful. Let's say that you wanted to increase your update rate for axis position data. All you have to do is tune these update intervals. Device members.xml. So those are the files that you need to be aware of to configure the BuilderHMI CNC application to work with your specific machine. And for example, if you were to take this and change axis labels to X1, Y1 only, 2-axis system, and then you simply shut the application down and restart it, then the main screen, this particular control, configures itself based on that information, and so the Z, A, and B are gonna go away, and you're just gonna see those 2 axes. So very powerful configuration capability to set up for your own machine. Well, this is Bruce Green, Green and Moorhead Engineering with BuilderHMI 2.3. Thanks for watching.